All right, so that is royally going to piss everybody the hell off. Um, Called Every Mortal Sin and the Siete. Don't forget the Siete. Every mortal sin. Um, that's gonna start pissing everybody off. You know, so we should probably get to work on that. And I am here with the FBI. I've always been here with the FBI, and I am FBI Bones. That's it's not a new thing. Um, and this would be not everybody's bones like drowning under a gas tank somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not some nonsense about why it's a good idea to use some mechanisms that are called carbon methods. Carbon method that would be like the blood not letting out of your body, and that would be the purpose here of forensic anything. All right, you know what I'm saying? Um, Especially having to work in disasters. All right, and surviving hell. All right, and people have to do that their whole goddamn life, and that stuff can just get torn apart. Everything can go to hell. All right, you know what I'm saying? Everything in existence can just start going to hell. And we got to keep it moving. All right, especially after arson. But anyways, to prevent the bloodletting, long grain rice, which is wild natural rice, some albacore safe catch tuna. And that's just as good as some blood staying in the body. All right. Um, and not being so hungry and aggravated. And you know, I am that person that's like a canine that will start growling. All right, you know what I'm saying? And then I get on the FBI Bones phone here and the PA system, and I can speak over that, and that's like talking to people with a gun and a rifle to them and stuff like that, and that's exactly what I mean. All right, when I say something and it has to be done, then it has to be done. All right, the reason that a person actually has authorities, authority, and then reasons to do things, um, is for that reason. All right, because it ain't no joke. All right, and then we need to be preventing something called the bloodletting, and everything that they're touching and carrying and handling is not good. All right, you know what I'm saying? And then salmonella contamination, it's not good. All right, so this concept of using things that are safe and neutral, and then also preventing a problem. All right, for all people in the first place. All right, I won't be, you know, ever one of those problems. All right, and then that's the concept of um, that is the concept of flanking, and then understanding carbon methods. All right, and then also a rubber grip. All right, which is right here, and then by the time all those problems had occurred or something like that, that's already blocking the blue light. All right, and then we will not be sharing the blue light. And things like that. All right. And then this is the black book to be served. All right. The black book will be served. And that needs to be operating from a flat surface. All right. So then things can still pass by. And then that can breathe. And then here is the rubber grip. All right. And then that is also going to prevent all those problems. All right. And then the concept of legal methods of extraction, all right, is like what we do. All right. You know what I'm saying? Legal methods of extraction is we are going to be removing contact with that, and we're going to be preventing that problem there. All right. And that's a world that I'm not necessarily always supposed to see, so I stay in blinders unless necessary, and then we're not going to share the sun and things like that. And many times all throughout history, we have been banned from sharing the sun. All right. And that is a lock right there. And that is more locks that are there for specific reasons, because there are criminal type problems that do try to get around. And that's things that I watch over and protect. And I'm in that position permanently, cannot be removed from that position. I can execute the maximum penalty for the death sentence. Um, and I will be doing that. You know what I'm saying? All the way through escaping, hell and arson and surviving and stuff like that. That would be something that you should really, really, really understand. Is you could quickly be charged by me for the maximum penalty for the death sentence, and I'm already on the timer. All right, that is a timer that is doing all of la hora. All right, it's doing all the work of God in time. All right, and then 72 hours and 21 days and all these things that are on rhythms and things like that, and maritime laws, etc. It's something you should understand before you go to hell. All right, before I gotta grab a rifle and point it at you and send your ass to hell, or I'm rolling around on the earth right there with a weapon on my leg. There's a weapon that monitors everything. Okay, and it's already been holstered upon my body and marked forensically, and it carbon dates things, just like that. So you don't get to escape FBI bones. You just do not. You get to be charged by FBI bones. And depending on your actions and what it is that you're up to, that is what is going to be taking place. All right. If you are trying to be a part of the 7 deadly sins, then that is already what I have forensically set up here. In this world that is like, upside down, glowing in the dark, and then leaving traces of tampering, anything asexual, meaning if people were messing with things, that are medical malpractices, surgical abrasive, anything dangerous and things like that, that is asexual, meaning they would be able to start creating reactions that would forever change the chemistry of the earth and people. All right. And then that could slowly, slowly, slowly start to spread like an infection in a person's body or an environment that is hazardous. All right. So the carrying and handling of these things, this has to be served. This is going to be served to military tribunals. This is going to be served to courts of law. This is going to be known and stuff like that because I have been dispatched and signaled by Interpol, and authorities and customs and things like that. And I just do not have the patience for this. You talking about something called civil law because they're not being civil. All right, you know what I'm saying? We cannot sit here and enforce something called civil law because they are not